All right, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray and the Nuggets in OKC to face Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams and the Thunder. Series tied at 2. The pivotal Game 5. You know, Nuggets with Jokic are 6-0 in Game 5s when the series is tied at 2. Interesting. First quarter, watch as Jokic is defended by Hartenstein, and Jokic gets inside and lays it in plus the foul. Nuggets down 3 after the made free throw. 1-point game now. Jokic backing down Hartenstein and scores the lefty hook. The ball swings to Jokic, who hits a 3 over Hartenstein. Jokic had 15 points on 6 for 7 shooting with Hartenstein as his primary defender. Under 4 minutes left in the half, the Nuggets lead by 6. Jamal Murray goes to work. Murray. Denver goes up 51-43. About a minute left in the half. Thunder down 56-49. SGA gets the steal, pushing the pace. Gilgeous-Alexander lays it in, plus the foul. Thunder. They're now within 2 at the break. Third quarter, Nuggets lead by 4. Jamal Murray back to work. He had 28 points. There's a three-pointer. A minute later, Murray using the screen hits another 3. And the Nuggets lead 75-68. Next Nuggets possession, Murray. Tough fadeaway J over Lou Dort. Murray on fire in the third. Denver built a huge lead. But then Jokic misses the layup, gets it back, lays it in. In the third quarter, Jokic and Murray outscored the Thunder 25-24. Denver led 86-78 after 3. But the Thunder are down just 2 in the fourth. SGA misses it, Dort saves it, and then Chet Holmgren. He's going to lay it in, and the Thunder tie up the game. Holmgren had 14 points under 3 minutes to play, tied at 98. Hartenstein slams it home. OKC goes up 100-98. So under 3 to play, Nuggets down 2. Jokic. Nikola Jokic had 44 points and 15 rebounds, and the Nuggets tied at 100. About 2 minutes to go, same score, SGA. Clutch when it mattered most. Thunder go up by 3 after the made free throw. Next Nuggets possession, Jokic doesn't give up the fadeaway 3. That is unreal by Jokic, and the Nuggets tie it at 103. Boy, the crowd was like, what? Next Thunder possession, Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams had 18 points. There's 3 of them. Under a minute to play, 3-point lead by the Thunder, and the dagger 3 by SGA. And the Thunder pull this one out at home and take a 3-2 series lead. Well, the Nuggets led by 8 points entering the fourth quarter, and then it was all OKC Thunder from there. The Thunder outscored the Nuggets 30. Denver shooting just 24% from the floor in the fourth quarter. 4 for 6, though, by Nikola Jokic. 1 for 15 by everyone else. Wow. What a game. What a finish. Danny Green in studio with us now on SportsCenter. All right, the battle of the 2 MVP candidates, Jokic and SGA. They put on a show in OKC. I mean, start to finish. But the fourth quarter is where everything turned in OKC's favor. How did they do it?
I have to give a lot of credit to the others, and it started with Lou Dort. They were down by double-digit, figured numbers by 10 or 11, maybe even 9. But he's the one that, gave him the boost of energy. He knocked down 3 threes, got loose ball, 50-50 balls. Isaiah Hartenstein got a lob. Chet had a layup. The other guys really stepped up. And, of course, down the stretch, SGA was the icing on the cake. Jalen Williams hit a big 3. But Lou Dort was the guy, really, that got them into this game and brought them back. So you got to give a lot of credit to the other guys. SGA, in that second half, even though he had 30, he didn't seem as aggressive as he normally was. And he still ended up with 30. But he had the dagger 3 and a couple free throws that helped seal the game.
But, Danny, what did you learn about the Thunder? I mean, they were behind in double digits, okay? And they found a way. Did you learn anything about the Thunder that you did not know before this Game 5?
Early in the series, I was not impressed by the 40-point win. I was more impressed with tonight's win because they showed maturity. They didn't give up. They were down big numbers or down double digits, and they kept fighting. They showed that they have the experience and can get back into a game, whether they're not in rhythm or not, even their star players not playing their best basketball, and they can win a gutty win against the Denver Nuggets team who has championship DNA experience.
Do you see this going 7?
Actually, I do.
Yeah, I figured you would. It's tough to win in Denver. Game 6 is in Denver Thursday, and you can see it on ESPN. 5 games were more than enough for the Pacers to knock off the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, we heard from Donovan Mitchell earlier. He was very disappointed. What impresses you the most about Indiana moving forward now to the conference final?
I speak again, maturity, the experience that they have from last year to this year. Tyrese Halliburton, Mr. Overrated, that everybody's voted him for, has shown up time and time again and shown that he can be consistent this year. Also, Miles Turner. I have to give those 2 guys a lot of flowers for winning 3 games on the road, not just 1 or 2, but 3. They won the first 2 in that building, and then they won game 5 in that building. So those 2 guys really stepped up. Tyrese was consistent. He, in that second quarter, hit 5 threes, got them back into the game. And once they got back in the game, Cleveland just ran out of gas. Donovan Mitchell missing 3 free throws, unlikely, uncharacteristic of him. Yep. And they just didn't have it. Darius Garland, that toe injury, he was limping a little bit, couldn't find his rhythm. Ty Jerome finally came alive a little bit, gave him a spark, but they just not have enough in Cleveland. They had too much gas of trying to get out that hole that they dug themselves into in the first 2 games.
So the Pacers await the winner of the Knicks-Celtics series. Most people think it'll be a rematch of Pacers-Knicks. What do you think? I
think so. I mean, I think that series, especially without Jason Tatum, sad news about him.
Right.
Thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family.
Absolutely.
And he'll be out next season, too, which absolutely sucks.
Sad.
But he led them in every statistical category. This team is very good without him. They've been 8-2. It's going to take a lot of Jaylen Brown and everybody else stepping up. Drew Holiday, Porzingis, Derek White. They're capable, but I don't know if they can win 3 straight. So I got New York moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right. Great stuff, as always, from you, Danny Green.
Thank you.
Mark Daigneault's team with a fourth-quarter rally to get past Denver in Game 5. OKC now up 3-2. Let's listen into his post-game comments.
We were a little sloppy in the first half on both ends of the floor. That was as loose as we've been defensively, really since Game 1, or maybe worse than Game 1. I'll have to watch it. But to hang in there the way we did and get back on track was impressive. And then I thought we closed really well. Both ends of the floor, high level of connection. Guys played great.
Mark, you went away from Lou late last game. He doesn't start the fourth, but you go to him and he plays the rest of the way, hits 3 threes, saves some pretty huge possessions. Can you describe your faith in him?
Yeah, I don't bet against Lou. It's that simple. He's just got an unbelievable there's just a special thing about him. He's always going to stand back up. He's not perfect, but he's always going to respond. He's always going to compete. You always can count on him to do that. And I don't like betting against that guy.
And all series we've asked you about your comparative experience and clutch time minutes. And for my money, it feels like you just clutched up maybe the biggest game in this building. Just what are your thoughts going down the stretch? And I guess how do you feel about your team in clutch time?
I mean, the close games are, first of all, our execution was excellent. I thought we executed as well as we have, in the playoffs, down the stretch of a close game. We had a couple in Memphis, and then we had the few. And our execution was very good. But at the end of the day, those games can come down to one shot, one play. It could go either way. So you can't overreact to the outcome. I just thought our process tonight down the stretch was excellent. We got into stuff. We were organized on both ends of the floor, no breakdowns, and strong execution.
I think going into the fourth quarter, you're 7 of 20 from 3. Then Lou hits 3 in that 2-minute stretch, and then you close with J-Dub and Shai hitting big threes. Was that just what the defense gave those guys? I mean, what turned it around from distance for you here?
I mean, Lou, stepped in with confidence and made big shots during that stretch. That was huge because we were, down whatever we were, 9 or 10 around that time. The 2 down the stretch, Shai's just taking what they gave him. He's clean on that one. He didn't force that. It was a great rhythm shot. And the dub one was a great early pass by Shai, extra by Lou, to generate a really good look. So, like I said, I thought our process down the stretch on both ends of the floor.
OKC beats the Thunder by 7. They take a 3-2 series lead against Denver. Here's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 31 points performance.
And we always say, the answer is never like a hero play or anything out the ordinary. It's being who we are. It's trusting each other. It's playing with all 5 on both ends. And whatever the problem is, we can fix it with the collective effort and not a single effort. And that's all we try to focus on when it wasn't going our way. We did enough to get a W.
Shai, maybe you don't view it as a hero play, but the 3 you hit late, you've been telling us that you're fit for that moment all series. That's sort of the shot that's been nagging you all series. What does it feel like in that moment when it hits? And I guess what are your thoughts down the stretch as it becomes obvious that you're going to pull away?
It felt like it's about time. I always say, especially jump shooting, it goes up and down. It fluctuates so much. You can't get caught up in the emotion of it. it's just about like the discipline in it and staying true to it. And I could have turned it down, and like because I had missed, I didn't make a three last game. I didn't make a three this game up until that point. I could have turned it down, but it's something that I'm confident in, and because of my confidence, it paid dividends tonight.
And just Mark was just in here talking about Lou's impact, specifically the threes he hit. He compared it to. He said him hitting those threes is like when a family member's hurt or sad, like the contagiousness of the energy plays like that bring. Just what did you sense the team felt after the quarter he had?
Yeah, it was big. Lou hadn't been shooting the ball great, obviously, but that just speaks to the worker and the person he is to step into those shots with cuffs. Obviously, they're guarding us a certain way, and those shots have been there, and they haven't been falling. And tonight, he stepped into those with confidence, and like it's clear as day, we wouldn't have been able to win tonight if Lou doesn't make those shots. So his braveness to shoot them and his confidence to take them, but nothing out of the ordinary. That's who Lou is. That's his character, and he came up big tonight.
Go ahead. So it seemed like your offense started clicking in the second half, getting to the basket in transition, maybe getting your spots a little quicker on the mid-range shot. What felt better in the second half versus first half for you?
Just settling into the game. They're like throwing different coverages, going from zone to man so often. Like just taking what the game gives you, settling into it, and living with the result.
Yeah, Vince, go ahead. Shai, the narrative this season has been about will Oklahoma City have the maturity, the experience to take the next step. I'm curious how much responsibility as the presumptive MVP do you feel on helping getting this franchise over that hump right now?
A lot of responsibility. For me, first and foremost, like winning is the end all be all. That's why I play basketball, and I know that across the locker room. So like whatever it takes to get that done is what our minds is on, and it's not just me, it's not just coach, it's not just Sam. Like it's across the locker room, and I think that's why we've been able to win basketball games this year. Now we all know that we can't get ahead of ourselves, and we got to play the play in front of us. If we want to get there, we can't skip those steps, and that's what we focus on.
Jenny?
Shai, Mark was in here saying that you guys aren't trying to answer anybody else's questions, but I'm wondering with tonight and maybe even tacking it on to Game 4, what answers are you guys providing yourselves with the way you finished these last two games?
When we do what we're supposed to do, and we are locked in on both ends of the floor, we're able to go on runs. And when we don't do it on either end of the floor, it leads to their runs. So like Coach said, I don't think nothing has been unexpected or wowed us in our performances. It's been what we know all year, and all year we've been building those habits to make sure that we are ready for these moments and ready for these games, and we have one more to go get.
Shai, I know you just respect great players, so.
The Thunder trailed by 12 points in that second half. They're now 20-10 this season. In games they trailed by double digits, the best record by any team in a season over the last 25 years. Game 6 in Denver Thursday night on ESPN.
I'm on fire.